Hi everyone, it's Francesca Manafo here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a Bitmoji virtual classroom on Google Drive. I had so much fun doing this. Back in the day, I used to play Sims in middle school, and it gave me that weird feeling of like decorating a room and using my Bitmoji and putting something together. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun doing this. When I first started learning how to do this, it took me about an hour to go through all the steps, but I think that as you keep doing the steps, it'll become quicker and easier to navigate changing backgrounds and adding furniture. So before we get started, I'm going to give you a little tour of the virtual classroom that I had already made in my Google Drive. So I'm going to click that. And you can see all the links and the pictures are going to load. So the way that I shared this with my kids was downloading it as a PDF. When you download it as a PDF, all of the links that you've added, like to books, websites, YouTube, read aloud, games, they're still going to be active. If you just take a screenshot of it and send it like as a picture, all of those links are not going to work. You can also copy the Google Drive and share it that way if you want your parents to be on it that way. I just found it easier to download the PDF and then share the link via the Remind app instead. So here's my Google Classroom. You're going to start out with a blank slide. So all of this stuff that's in here is added. So if you click on the alphabet, for example, it's going to bring you to a link of the kids' favorite Ryan ABC songs. If you click on the rules poster here, you're going to have a link of the rules song that I teach in the beginning of the year. If you click My Bitmoji, you can't see it now, but it's going to link you to one of my Google Drive presentations that I've been putting together of all my kids doing activities at home so that the parents can see other kids and they just have been having a really good time watching that and seeing their friends. There's videos on there. It's really great. If you haven't been doing that, I suggest you put together a slideshow and share it with your kids because they miss their friends. If you click these books over here, I linked videos to read aloud. Some of them are authors already, and some of them are read aloud by yours truly. And you can add all that onto the shelf. Even if you click some of these toys over here, it might link you to something like Starfall or a platform that you use in your classroom. So we're going to get out of this and we're going to create our own together. So we're going to go into our Google Drive and we are going to go to Google Slides. That's how we're going to make it. All you need is one slide. So you're going to delete all the stuff because you want it blank. So we're going to click it and delete. And click and delete. You can title your presentation. Let's do Bitmoji class tutorial. Okay. And to get started, you're going to insert a background. So we're going to go to slide and change your backgrounds. You're going to choose an image because you don't just want a color. You want wall and you want floor. So you're going to go to Google Image Search and you're going to type in just that, wall and floor. You could pick whatever you want. We don't want one with a toilet. And that's going to be inserted as your background. And you're going to click done. And there you see I have a wall and I have a floor. Then this is the fun part. You can start adding little things to your classroom. So you're going to insert image and you're going to search from the web, which is going to pop up here on the right, searching for images. So I'm going to have a little whiteboard because when you have a whiteboard, you can add little text messages. You can link those messages. So I'm going to just do the whiteboard that I've used before, and I'm going to, you can either click insert or you can just drag it in. And you wait for it to create. If you just drag it in, it's easier because then this over here on the right side will stay. And you don't have to keep going back to insert, image. So it's easier just to drag it in. So I'm going to put my whiteboard and I'll show you how to add text later. Next, I'm gonna decorate a little. Maybe I'll add a plant. So when I type in plant, I'm gonna actually type next to it transparent. Now that way, when I look for a plant, I'm not gonna have a background and it's gonna look a little bit more realistic when I add it to the classroom. If you do this, it might limit your search options, but that's okay. It's just gonna look way better. So I might want this plant today. I'm gonna drag it in. See how it doesn't have a background? It just looks better. And I'm gonna resize it and stick it right here. In my other classroom, I have a hanging basket. You can really type in whatever you want. So I'm gonna get rid of plant now, and I'm gonna wanna put a couch for my Bitmoji. And you can pick whatever couch you want. This one looks comfy. I'm gonna drag it in. Now you can flip this couch if it wasn't the right way, which it's facing straight on, which is okay. But if you wanted to flip something, let's say, let's delete this and let's put this one in. See how it's facing the right? We want it to face the left. So I'm going to right click it and I'm going to click rotate and I'm just going to flip it horizontally. I can also change the color of it if I wanted to an extent. There's not a ton of options, but if you just didn't want this brown, you could right click again. And if you click format options to recolor, you have a few choices here. So I'm gonna do white. All right, make it a little bigger. And then I'm gonna wanna add a bookshelf because I want to add some covers of books so I can link some read alouds. I'm gonna do a small one today, I think. I'm going to just drag that in. And let's see, let's move over the whiteboard. It's really nice that you can just like kind of drag and drop everything in here, which is super easy. So you're kind of just like decorating however you want your makeshift virtual classroom to look. All right, so I have my bookshelf. And I might want to decorate the wall a little bit with a poster. So I have a screenshot already on my desktop, which you can see here. I have some screenshots. If you wanted to be prepared, you can screenshot them and put them on your desktop. And I'm going to drag it in. Now I have class rules. Now, if I wanted to link this to a video of me talking or a YouTube video, I can do that as well. And I'll show you that in a little bit. To make this look a little bit more realistic, we can put a border on it, kind of like a picture frame. So we're going to keep the picture highlighted how it is with these boxes around it. And we're going to go up here into the toolbar and click on this little marker that says border color. You can pick whatever border color you want if you want it, whatever color you want. And you can make the weight of it, which is like the width of it, so it can look like a picture frame. Next, I'm going to shelf. So I already have a few screenshotted here. So I have this one. Oh. Upside Down Boy. This is for the Getting Ready for Kindergarten study for pre-K 4. Now I don't like the white on the sides of it, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to crop my image. I'm just going to make that look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing because I want it to look like an actual book cover. Now I'm going to shrink it down so it can fit on my bookshelf. Now, if you want to make the book, now the link so that I have it all ready for my Google Slides. Now I'm switching back and forth between Google Chrome and Safari because I had it already open. I'm going to right click. Actually, I'm not going to right click. I'm going to highlight the book and I'm going to click insert and I'm going to click link. Now this is where you're going to link whatever you want. So you can link from your Google Slides or Google Drive. You can link to already previously made read alouds. And you're going to just paste that in here and apply it. So now when the kids come into the virtual classroom, they're going to just click the book and there's a link to bring them to the read aloud, which is super nice and easy. You could even, if we wanted to add a computer, we're back in the search for images. Let's say we're going to add this. Or you know what? They're more about iPads, aren't they? Let's see if we can find an iPad. Perfect. So here's an iPad I'm going to drag in. Super big, but I'm going to resize it. And I'm going to put that on the shelf. And let's link Starfall. So that's something that they always go on to. So we'll go in a new tab and put Starfall, and we're going to copy the link here after we click on kindergarten for age appropriate. We're going to copy that, Command C on a Mac, or you can right click and click copy. Then we're going to go back to the highlighted iPad, insert a link, and we're going to link that right there, Starfall. We pasted that in. And so now when the kids come into the classroom, they're going to click on the iPad and see Starfall. Let's see, we're going to add a little message to our whiteboard next. So you're going to go into insert and a text box. And you can have this say anything you want and link it to whatever you want. Hello, boys and girls. And you can change the font to this, however you want it to look. Let's do. And we're going to center it, and maybe I'll change, right? I could link that onto here as well. Next, the best part is the Bitmoji part. So I already have this little Bitmoji extension here. As you can see, I'm going to highlight it. So it's right here. Okay. Now, if you don't have that, which you probably don't, and you're going to go to Bitmoji, you're going to search Bitmoji add-on. So we're going to click that. Now mine is already going to say that I have it. So it says remove from Chrome. Yours will say add to Chrome. So you're going to click that. Once you download that and sign into your Bitmoji, it's going to pop up right in this little corner. That way, when you go back to your Google slide, you just click that and your Bitmoji that you've previously created, like we've done for the Flat Stanley, is already going to be there. So you can type in sitting. And here's my Bitmoji. And I'm sitting. I can drag her in too. So here she is. There's Miss Mancuso. And I'm going to make her a little bit bigger. Make her, not sure. Okay, so after your Bitmoji is in there and you are done adding all of your things to your classroom that you want, you can share it. So you can share it with like the preschool teachers that we already have. You can also download it. So this is what I would do. I would click File and download it as a PDF document. And as I do that, it's going to pop up right here. And now I have the link to my PDF. So all of these things that I already hyperlinked should work. So we'll click the iPad, and that's going to bring us right to Starfall. All right, so that is the Bitmoji virtual classroom. I hope you guys enjoyed.